Is the most important meal. I'm going to show you a fantastic way to start your day. It's packed full of fruit, lots of fibre. It's a lovely homemade granola. So what I do is I start off with some nice oats, and we're going to roast this in the oven basically. So I've set up a nice tray with some greaseproof paper because this does have a bit of a tendency to stick. So just spread those out evenly on the tray. I'm also going to add some nice decimated coconut. Now it's not that much that it's going to be a very evident flavour, but it'll just be there in the background and it does give it a nice little twist. I'm going to add a few nice nuts. Now the nuts that you add here are basically up to you. I'm adding some nice hazelnuts, a few sunflower seeds, but just put in your favourites. That's the beauty about this dish. You can tailor make it exactly as you want. Next ingredient that I'm going to add in there are some nice pecan nuts. Now I'm just going to run my knife through them to give them a rough chop because they're a little bit big like that. Now pecans have that sort of natural sweetness, and whenever we mix them up with the nice honey and the golden syrup, they're going to become really nice and sweet. So in there you go. Now I'm going to add the honey next. So in that goes. We're going to mix all this up together in a little minute, so just try and distribute it pretty evenly around. And I've also got some nice golden syrup. Now golden syrup, you could easily use a corn syrup if you're in America. That's going to give it a really nice caramelized flavour once we start cooking that. So the next thing that I'm going to add are all my nice dried fruits. Now for my dried fruits, what I've done is I've bought a bag that's got a nice mixture of them in there. You'll find that in any supermarket. I've got some nice figs, some apricots in there, and a few dried prunes. These all have really nice flavours, but once again, it's totally up to you. If you prefer mangoes, apricots, put whatever you want in yourself. So we're just going to roughly chop those and add them to that lovely mixture that we've got going on. So those lovely fruits are in there, and the next one that I'm going to add is I've got some nice dried mango here. You'll find this in any good supermarket. So instead of chopping it, I'm just going to roughly break those pieces in there. And this has already got nice natural sugars in it, and it's going to add another nice bit of lovely natural sweetness. So the next thing that I'm going to put in there is just some nice little crystallized pineapple. Again, you'll find this in the supermarket right beside all those other fruits you bought. So just break that in there. And then my next ingredient, my final one, are some nice slivered almonds. So in there you go. And now, all we have to do is mix it up. Now this might take a little while because you have to make sure that all that honey and the golden syrup is evenly distributed throughout it, so as we get a really even cooking. And what we're going to do is we're going to pop it in the oven for about 45 minutes on a nice low to medium temperature. And we're just going to wait for it to cook nice and slowly so as we extract all the nice roasted flavour out of the nuts, the nice sugars caramelise, and we'll end up with a really fantastic granola. So now that I've mixed that up and it's really nicely evenly distributed, I'm just going to pop it into the oven. Now with this, it's going to take about 45 minutes, but it's very important that every 15 minutes you just go in there with a wooden spoon and mix it all back up together, because it's going to burn around the outside unless you do that. We're going to end up with a really good granola though. So you can see I've just tossed that round every 15 minutes, and what we end up with is a lovely, evenly cooked, nice,